Hey everyone, it's Reed here, and we had a really good monsoon last night. And what I'm doing is I'm looking at everything, checking everything out, and you can see all the water erosion marks. I mean, where I was stepping in places out here when it was out in the rain and the water going everywhere, it was up to about halfway up my leg, not past the knee, but halfway between the ankle and the knee in places. It was good. So I'm looking at this, and the point though I'm also after is I'm looking at these erosion lines so I can mark how the water is flowing, because we didn't get a good monsoon last year. It was really dry. And so what I wanted to do, and I'd forgotten how the water flows, because I need to build more fencing and stuff over here. I need to build more beds and stuff, and I really needed to get a good idea of how everything flowed, and got to see it really well last night and everything. But to keep my memory right, I'm videoing this, and I'm just sharing with you guys. Yeah, look down here. We got all this nice silt and everything and stuff. Now see, this is an area I get a lot of soil from. When I'm building beds, I dig it up and stuff, and this is great. The monsoon coming down here, running all this stuff, it brought new soil down. And this stuff's really good. Now also, when I start putting all these plants here and dig this up and everything, this will be great too, because it's kind of like the Nile. Flows up, goes crazy, and then washes all this stuff down for me and things. Only thing is, it's loaded with phosphorus. That's the only really bad problem and stuff. Now, so the water kind of comes down there, collects here, flows, and then we go down, and you see the marks. So here's some of the other erosion from the hill coming down this way, flows down stuff, hits part of my wood pile here, collects all around my sunchokes and everything, and then it goes down this way, all right, and such. And we also have a bunch of water that came over to this side, okay. So it collected from the hill, it's collecting coming down that way, went over here, and so this is blocked off now, it can't just go across, went right here, and then went right down, and such. And if we go down this way, I got so much building to do. So you can see all the amazing soot and stuff that's come down this way. I mean, the water was brown, really brown and such. I need to get this old truck out of here. Darn thing doesn't run. I had it, got it in 92, put almost 300,000 miles on it, ran it to the end of its life. Fuel system completely rotted out. It's covered in rust. I got to the end and I was like, got to put a ton more effort to keep this thing running. And that's when I decided, okay, time to get another truck and stuff. Maybe I should just see if someone, I've kept it around because I'm like, man, the parts would be good. I could use some of the pieces for my K5 Blazer and such. But I'm like, do I really want it still here? Yeah. Let me know if you guys have those things where you're like, I've got this, it'd be a good project and all that. Well, we'll combine this up so with my line and everything up here. So, garden update on this. Here's the corn. Yeah. It's doing good. It's doing good. Actually, so here, I need to clean this out, but I was working on this guy, this old 20-year-old little doohickey. We'll make a video on it when I get it all redone. I'm going to put a new metal thing, but you see how much water we got here. And some of it's already evaporated out. But yeah, we got a good amount of water just sitting there. And take a look at some of these ears. We got some ears going pretty good. So here's a nice ear of corn already. Lots of stuff going real nice on that. We got the soybeans growing in there. There's better ones in there. See, there's a squash plant working on making some squash for me. They're scattered in and out in places. That's a summer squash. I have winter squash in other areas. But see, we got nice ears all over. Now, I have a bunch of dams down in here. If I can actually get to it so I can show you guys. So there's the water line, and there's a dam all the way across. Now, it eroded it some, but it's not completely gone, which is pretty good. None of the rocks got washed out where I had my paths built and everything. Here's sunflowers and more corn. And there's beans in here. And apparently a bazillion amounts of grass has decided to take residence. I got to go pull more out. I got more sunflowers over here. More corn, obviously. Here's all the popcorn and stuff. And here we'll layer over what this looked like a little while ago. Here's what it looks like now. Yeah, as you can see stuff growing. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Now this, I started chelating the okra because I did some soil looking at it and I see what's wrong with the soil. It is ridiculously high on the pH right here. Really, really high on pH. So I'm chelating the darn stuff and we're getting a little success. We'll see. We'll see. The peppers are doing okay. I've actually got peppers growing there. Got some good ones. The plants are getting flowers. The plants are getting bigger over there. I mean, it's not the best soil for the peppers. The peppers like my other soil a lot better. They're in the raised beds that I've composted and everything else. But they're making progress. The corn is really interesting. It actually is doing fine combined with the nitrogen fixers and stuff. And it's just this spot. I tested other spots of the soil, not nearly as bad. This spot is like I found a mineral deposit. It was like the worst place to plant, and I didn't even realize it. It's weird how the soil can be so different in different locations. You just have a deposit of minerals or a vein of minerals in one spot, and it's just bad. And this was bad. The peppers are doing okay, so pepper's resilient. Okra, it's like, this soil stinks. So there you go on that, guys. But yeah, so the guys kind of flowed around the sides of the corn here, collected, and then went right down this way. So that's kind of how the water flowed. Now let's go back to that hill. I'm going to go look up some of the things. It's pretty obvious because of the erosion patterns there. Here's another bed. This was late planted, but it's getting going. Sunflowers are going. The corn's going. They'll be tall before you know it, and we'll get stuff in. These guys are going. Yeah, I got some more. I got to dig this area up more and other stuff. Got to get that all ready. And then I got to do the front yard stuff. Get all this going for next year. So I have a ton more to grow and I can get planted right away. Let's go up the hill a bit. Building up the hill is going to be entertaining. All right, here we are at the hill. And so you can see how this just flows right down. So the water is collected obviously by the hill, and then it just gathers up and just starts going down and collects into spots, lower points, and then you have flows. Now, what would be really good for me to do, big project though, is to concrete, make sort of like an arroyo down this and stuff, so I gather up and can control the water and then set it into a flow. And if I had a lot more room, maybe when SHTF happens, what I'll do is I'll dig up we'll get everyone together and we'll dig up the entire parking lot, the cul-de-sac. And what we'll do is we'll channel the water down there and we'll have an artificial pond/lake as our water reservoir. But you can see it gathers. So this is one of the big ones here. But we could channel the water and just feed it down there. And that's the big one. So we know how that goes. We know how that flows. And you can see part of the others here going, hey, look at that. You see that really dark black rock right here? All right, that is most likely a good iron deposit. I'll get my magnet on that guy. I bet you that's a real nice iron one to dig up. But yeah, so we can see more going down this way, flowing. Now, to follow water patterns, in case you haven't done this before, you're looking for this silt. This is perfect sign of good water flow. Really good. And of course, the digging into the ground and the channels forming. So we can see we kind of go down this way. So that's how, it went right down this channel into there. And that's where that got. Okay. So that's really good. So you can kind of see I got an idea, mentally picture of what I need to build and where, and how I need to channel and flow stuff. There's gonna be one over here for sure. Stuff, and I gotta look beyond my property a bit, because, you know, even though I can't really do much out here, I wanted to buy some of the section out this way too, and such, but comes out this way too. Okay, so it's coming down the hill and collecting into here, and then that's just coming in this way into my area. Okay. Yeah. You know, in terms of where I'm at, not too bad and such. It's kind of a challenge building stuff out here, but it's fun. Engineering problems, I like engineering things and stuff. I need a lot more to do. Like I said, my goal is to either got a choice. I get to buy all the other properties around me, so I win the Powerball, because people are asking way too much money. Because I swear people do that. Or I'm looking, as with my group and stuff, see if we can get like maybe 100 acres together, all come together and build on that and do stuff. One of the other options is, you know, if you guys want to join up with us, we could buy out the cul-de-sac here and everything and all the land around us, and then just build up from here. And we already got solar, we got wells. It's a good place too. Choices. But at 41, I still got time to figure crap out. So, putting nest eggs away, and hopefully the right thing will appear and everything will click together. We just got to keep moving forward. I can't say, oh, I can only do blah, 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 I have a rigid plan. Nope. Got to be flexible. We will figure stuff out and then get it managed and things. Oh, let's go look at this other little garden and things. All right. And so this is the circle garden that often grows into a giant crazy thing. Now, we were really late planting this year because I was focusing so much on getting other stuff built. And the building time took longer than I thought, but that's fine. We made progress. We'll keep pushing progress, and I'll keep building stuff over the summer. Well, we're getting towards the end, but over through August and, you know, September, and then October and whatever else, so we can plant real early. But I got beets in here. So let me get out of the viewfinder. Okay, we got beets in here, and then we have tomato plants, tomatillos, a couple pepper plants, and eggplant. I got some eggplant. I do like an eggplant parmesan. Green beans stuff. Yeah, they'll make the green beans. We'll be okay there. We'll get green beans. We have, there's carrots also in here. Let me get out of the shadow again. Okay, there's carrots over there. Now over here, which is really taken off and such, we've got turnips, and then more edamame or soy plants. This one is called Velvet. It's supposed to be very tasty. We'll see what it is. See how it goes. The turnips are growing real good. Now, I've got a place I'm going to dig up, and I'm going to plant a bunch of other roots that like the cool weather and stuff, and some more turnips. Get those going. Should be this week and such. And so as it gets cold and the snap comes in, we should have some more roots I can use, which will be good. I got to learn how to cook these real well and all that things. You can see how this stuff's growing, and it's starting to grow and expand and stuff. We have some more beans and beets, soybeans in places. I need to put a couple more in between, and it'll just make the green beans before it gets too cold. But that's how this little guy's doing. I need to finish the concrete forms on the other one, and then now that we got good soil that came in from the water, we'll put it in. Well, there's a crazy status video. You got to see how water flowed. Let me check over here real quick. I forgot to check over here for signs of the erosion. Oh yeah, so it came down this way. Well, this is interesting. Kind of came over here, flattened out, and then it kind of split between here. Oh, and then it went down to the garden that way, kind of went that way, and that's how that flow got. Then we had some just coming down the hill. Yeah, and I can see some of the right down there, but not as much. Apparently most of it collected up there off the edge of that other property. And I need to do some work up here because my edge is right up there. See the edge? On that piece, one of the edges. I need to go up there and concrete it and stuff like that. And because it's so high, that's a good spot and it's not too far away. I'm planning to put a bunch of water barrels up there that I can pump into and then gravity feed all of the drip system. So that'll be a project. We're gonna get started on that, get that done before it gets cold, build sort of a water tower thing, which will be helpful. Yeah, you kind of see how it kind of goes over there, came down this way and then flowed. But yeah, well anyways, sorry to ramble on too much, guys. That's kind of what's going on. Monsoons are great this year, although the rain last night was a bit too heavy than I wanted, caused a little more, but moved soil around and stuff. Plants are very well watered. I haven't had to water in about 2 weeks. Very happy about that. This will be great for the area. I mean, just outstandingly good. See, from last year, the cactus was even unhappy. Had a whole bunch of die off. Gonna get very little and prickly pear this year. But the water's here. We might see stuff do a lot better next year. So it's really nice seeing the monsoon come back heavy and hard this year. So we had 1 year skipped. Yeah, it's a desert. Take care, everyone. Have a great day.